How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog, and today I wanted to pose an interesting question for you all. Who do you think would win in a fight, Shao Kahn or Kotal Kahn? Now, at first glance, the answer seems quite obvious. However, I've been doing a little bit of research on both fighters, and I've discovered the outcome isn't as simple as you might think. Now, if you're wondering why I'm asking this question at all, it's because in the Mortal Kombat 11 story trailer, we clearly see a meeting happening between Shao Kahn and Kotal Kahn. If I freeze frame right here, you can clearly see Shao Kahn with his own men being surrounded by Kotal Kahn's men. So it looks like one of two things are going to happen in this scene. Either A, both fighters are going to team up, or B, they're going to try to kill each other. And I'm honestly hoping for B, because I always love a good fight in Mortal Kombat. So today let's talk about who would actually win in a fight. Now, as far as pure strength is concerned, Shao Kahn is definitely stronger. I mean, this guy beats pretty much everyone he fights. Honestly, Liu Kang's the only person to beat him in a fair fight. I mean, yeah, Raiden did beat him at the end of Mortal Kombat 9, but he was buffed by the Elder Gods, which means Liu Kang is the only person we've ever seen beat him in a straight up fight outside of Onaga and Armageddon. I mean, we don't actually see how that fight turns out, but I think it's pretty obvious to see who won there. So I guess what I'm saying is Shao Kahn is pretty darn OP. However, I do want you to take note of how Shao Kahn looks in Mortal Kombat 11. He definitely looks much different than he has in past games. And a lot of people think that might just be a cosmetic change. However, I want to pose a question. What if this Shao Kahn is actually much younger? That could explain why his armor looks so different. In fact, some people have pointed out in the comments section that this armor looks very reminiscent of Onaga's army soldier armor. So it could be true that this Shao Kahn is actually still serving under Onaga. He has yet to actually poison him. And this could also explain why Shao Kahn's skin looks so much different as well. Perhaps over time, as he absorbed more and more souls, his skin started to look a little bit different until eventually he looked how he does nowadays. And honestly, if the Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 11 is a little bit weaker, I think that might be a great choice from a writing standpoint, because that way he doesn't just own everybody else. Because let's be honest, Shao Kahn can run a train on most fighters, as mentioned earlier. So having him be a much younger Shao Kahn would make things a bit more fair. And there is one more hint that helps support the theory that Shao Kahn might be a little bit weaker in this game. At one point in the story trailer, we do see Raiden hurting him pretty darn badly. Now, of course, it is a cheap shot, he's attacking from the back, but even so, it's hurting him quite a lot. Even though it is kind of an out there theory, all of these things do seem to point towards Shao Kahn being a bit younger in Mortal Kombat 11. He's wearing armor very similar to Onaga's army soldiers, his skin and appearance look entirely different than what we're used to, and we do see him getting hurt by Raiden fairly easily in story mode. So while I do think Shao Kahn would normally have a pretty big advantage over Kotal Kahn, I do think the Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 11 might be a bit weaker than usual. So next up, let's talk about Kotal Kahn. Now, in terms of sheer strength, Kotal Kahn isn't nearly as strong. We do in fact see him lose to Kung Jin in story mode, though I do want to keep in mind that Kung Jin is a Shaolin warrior and they can be very OP. So perhaps Kung Jin is really strong as well. I see a lot of people trying to write off Kotal Kahn saying he's super weak, guy couldn't even beat Kung Jin. And I'm sitting here thinking, dude, that guy is Kung Lao's cousin, Kung Lao is OP, Liu Kang is OP, it could be Kung Jin is just really strong. However, even though Kotal Kahn isn't super OP by default, please keep in mind he does have access to blood magic, and this makes him much stronger than normal. In fact, he once used this power up to defeat an entire army, and then Goro at the end is the cherry on top. Honestly, even today I feel a little bit bad seeing Goro without any arms. And we do see several references to blood magic in Mortal Kombat 11. Scarlet, for example, does make references to the Blood God, and she herself does use blood magic. So it could be very likely for Kotal Kahn to use blood magic as well in story mode. However, there is one more important thing to take note of. The guy does have a pretty embarrassing secret, so if you cut him off from direct sunlight, then he becomes much weaker. So in other words, if Shao Kahn was to fight him in a cave, or even sneak attack him in his bedroom, then I don't think Kotal Kahn would stand much of a chance, even with blood magic. The guy's kinda like a human flower, he needs that sunlight to get powerful. So even if Kotal Kahn does win the initial fight that we see here in story mode, Shao Kahn could always show up later on at night and beat his butt. At any rate, that's about it for this video, everyone. I do hope you enjoyed this little thought experiment. If you did, then please leave a like down below, it really does help my channel out a ton. And then while you're down there, why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.